So today's movie was one that premiered at the Cannes Film Festival in 2016. Today is the opening of the Cannes Film Festival 2018, so what better film to watch? It competed for the Palme d'Or. Obviously, the Palme d'Or has never actually gone to a woman except the time that Jane Campion had to share the award. So that's why this never won. No, I don't know. But I also read that this film has like terrible reviews. So like, one, don't read any of the reviews because they kind of spoil the movie, and two, like, fuck all those reviewers. I really loved this movie, and whatever. But I also don't want to talk too much about this film because I feel like it will spoil it. It's one of those you just kind of got to go in. I didn't really know anything about it going in, and I think that made the experience better. So, this movie in English is called From the Land of the Moon. In French, it's called Mal de Pierres, which roughly is sickness of the stones. She has some sort of, the main character has an issue with, I guess, kidney stones or some sort of stones in her body that are causing horrible cramps. So, stars Marion Cotillard. It starts out sort of, looks like early 60s, late 50s. There's a couple, they're driving with their son. He's clearly a pianist. Something's happening. They're on their way to Lyon. They stop in a street because there's a car blocking it. The wife, played by Marion Cotillard, looks around. She sees a street name. Her entire body language changes. It clearly has evoked something in her. She gets out of the car, tells them to keep going. She'll meet them later. She looks for an apartment number and a name. She finds it. Cut to the past, and it's Marion Cotillard. She's, I guess, roughly 40, playing like a teenager. And it's okay, because she looks like a teenager. You just put her in the right hair, and Marion Cotillard is a teenager. I believe it. But not only is she a teenager, she is a very horny teenager who lives in Provence and doesn't even go to real school. She is learning via the mail and correspondence, and what a horrible way to go to class. She just wants to talk to people. She has all these hormones running through her body. Her mother is terrible. She's reading all these racy novels, and she has a big old crush on the grammar school teacher. This does not end well. She ends up in what would once upon a time be called a fit of hysteria. But really it's just like she needs to be some dating, you know? But this is in the middle of World War II, and in, Provence, or towards the end of World War II in Provence, and this is not going to work out for anybody. So her parents, in true sort of old school fashion, decide to sell off their daughter to one of their summertime workers who is a that's the word I'm looking for, immigrant from northern Spain or southern Spain. I'm not sure where Catalan is. I don't know my geography. But he is an immigrant from his village was destroyed during the Spanish Civil War, and he is now working in Spain. And you can tell from early on in the film that he cares for this girl, and he, the director Nicole Garcia really sets it up so that you see him seeing her, and you see him sort of understanding her in a way that I think if she had stopped to pay attention, maybe she would have noticed, but she doesn't. And she ends up in this marriage of convenience, but these stones act up, and she winds up in a spa. At which point, the husband is played by an actor I'd never seen before, but he's got a striking face. Alex Brendemühl, great name. At the spa, she meets a soldier who has been in Indochina, who is badly injured, probably going to die soon, played by Louis Garrel. Obviously, it's Louis Garrel, so she's going to fall in love with him. That's all of the plot I'm going to tell you, because that's all you need to know. And you just go in, let the movie unfold itself to you. Really, it rides on the shoulders of Marion Cotillard, and she is such a strong performer that you will watch her read the phone book and you will be enthralled for 2 hours. Not that I'm saying this is the phone book. I think what I love so much about this movie is this is a girl who is looking for love and passion, but doesn't know how to find it correctly because she hasn't seen it. She hasn't seen it in her family. She hasn't seen it in other people because she's isolated and only sees her family. And she's mostly read it in books like Wuthering Heights, which, if she'd had a teacher, a true teacher, the teacher could have been like, Wuthering Heights is not a romance you need to be emulating or trying to find in your life. Wuthering Heights is a cautionary tale about what it's like to be isolated and have really messed up ideas of what love is. I thought it was fascinating. I liked that you could really feel the way in which this character didn't know how to relate to people, even though she desperately wanted to relate to people. And even when she finds companionship in this man, because her parents brought him, even though he was already interested and he just had a nudge on his own, I don't know, they might have been able to truly fall in love, but instead she just sort of rejects him because of how he came into her life. That part's sort of wonderful once it unfolds. I thought that actor was just so good at like glances. I love a good performance that's full of glances. And the Marion has those like wild eyes that are so full of emotion that no matter what she's feeling, you feel it times 1,000 because you're watching her feel it. She's so good. That's why she was so good in La Vie en Rose, because that was all just like emotion. There's a moment where the two of them finally decide to have sex for the first time. She's just gonna do it, and it's one of those great, truly truthful sex scenes where it's terrible for the woman, and she's just like, "This is it." And there's like so many great movies by women that show this moment on women, and it's so true to life, and it's not what you see in the movies about people having sex for the first time, and it's always wonderful, because that's so the movies. So like I said, this movie got really terrible reviews. A lot of people use melodrama as a negative. I hate it when that happens. I love a good melodrama, okay? And the emotional arc of the story, by the time it got to the very end, I like lost my shit. I cried for like 20 minutes. Had to like compose myself in order to do this video. So I love a movie that makes me cry happy tears. And this movie made me cry happy tears. So if that's what you're looking for in a movie, this is a good movie for you. Another review I read used Under the Tuscan Sun as a negative. And I don't even know why they thought this was like Under the Tuscan Sun, because it's not, other than it's like some coastal shots. Like, I don't. Sometimes I read reviews and I'm like, what is this even supposed to mean? And also, do you even like movies? But that's neither here nor there. I liked this film. I liked Marion in it. I liked the sex scene. There's that one sex scene, but there's also a hot, steamy sex scene. I think on the big screen you probably would have seen the dick in it, but on Netflix it was kind of small. But as you probably know if you follow me on the internet, if you go to oldfilmsflicker.com/tagged/dicks, every time I watch a movie that has full frontal male nudity in it, I screenshot it and I preserve it for all to see. It's one of my life's work. So, this was directed and written by Nicole Garcia. It's based on a book by Miliana Angus. There's no N. It premiered at the Cannes Film Festival 2 years ago. It was nominated for many César Awards. Another Best Actress for Marion Cotillard. She's amazing. Alex Brendemühl is very good. I've never seen him in anything before, but now I want to track everything down that he's seen. This was co-written by Jack Vichy. I'm not sure what he's done either, but you can watch it on Netflix. You can get it on DVD. It's widely available. If you want to see some beautiful French seascapes and cry happy tears and go on an emotional journey with Marion Cotillard, this is a movie for you.